things that you know will bring you joy, you know you want to try to succeed at. I want to talk about how perfection and your idea of it and what it means is just kind of old, and you probably just need to get rid of your idea of perfection. I know it's not easy. I'm not perfect at doing these things. I'm not perfect at releasing the idea of perfection, but I intentionally try to do so, and I think it's important for other folks to intentionally try to do so as well in order to be present and genuinely happy in life. For me, like, my relationship with perfection, I feel like started at a young age. As I feel with most folks, like, I think I enjoyed how it felt to do something to 100% and get that type of recognition in return. And I was like the type of person, at a certain age, it became hard for me to want to try new things because of the fact that I wasn't going to be perfect at it. And sometimes I feel like this idea of perfection gets you stuck in like this vicious cycle of picking up a hobby or finding something interesting and then just not doing anything with that interest, just not following your intuition and what you want to do. Society makes it really hard for us to fail, to feel okay with failing. I know that there's a lot of shame and guilt outside of failure that people experience, you know, things that have to do with just like societal pressures or just different things, you know. There's so many cultures in which failure is connected directly to shame. And so I get why so many people will use this idea of perfection in a way that actually stunts their growth. For me, I noticed that I really wanted to start this podcast, really wanted to start talking to the camera, and just I allow the idea of it not being perfect to just completely stop me from doing it, which I know is not beneficial to me, and I know that that's not how I'm gonna grow as a person. So I've been trying really hard to just get comfortable with the idea that perfection doesn't mean what we think it means. For me, I'm trying to understand that perfection is a feeling. It's a feeling of completeness. That's what I am starting to understand. And if something's making me feel complete, if something is giving me a positive feeling, then I'm trying to trick my mind into understanding that the situation itself is perfect as it is, and it's only going to get more perfect as I continue on, versus having the mentality of, oh, since the situation isn't ideal to how I want it, it's not gonna get to where I want it to be. First of all, we all know that mindset literally stops you and just controls you in a negative way that keeps you stuck in the same position that you're in now, versus saying to yourself, like, I'm perfect at this. The situation is perfect for me right now, and it's only going to get more perfect as I continue to put my energy and my intention into it. And that's what I'm trying to do when it comes to like talking to the camera and all this stuff. Like, understand that there's no such thing as a perfect time. The perfect time is now. That's another thing. Like, when it comes to having a different perspective of perfection, I'm understanding that perfection just also means like intention, putting your intention behind something. And when it comes to intention, they think like, oh, you're setting an intention. Like, I don't know, people don't really even know what that means per se. But like, when you set an intention, you're taking the time in the present moment to have a positive thought about a certain thing. You're setting the intention that whatever you're having that thought about is gonna go in a positive, brilliant, magical, awesome way. And I think it's important to really try to sit here and like as much as you can. Give yourself grace and remind yourself that you do not have to be perfect at something to start. Perfection is your intention that you're putting towards being better at something, towards learning about something, you know, towards growing. That's what perfection is. Perfection does not mean that it has to look the way you want it in order for it to be done. I think especially like when you're in tune with source or God or whatever you want to call that energy, you understand that perfection exists in the moment. Perfection exists where you can feel the most whole, perfect, and complete. But also understanding that like when you do start something, you're not going to be the best at it, and that's okay. It's okay to fail. It's okay to try something and then realize like, okay, I need to work on this. I feel like social media, especially with my generation, and not even just my generation in general, I think social media tricks people to feeling like things happen overnight. And I know that for some people, yeah, maybe it does happen for you overnight, but then there's a lot of other folks where they have to put in the time and the hard work and the dedication, and they have to first try and, you know, maybe fail or maybe just work towards what they want their experience to look like. So for me, like, I'm just trying to get it done, get this out here, and not hinder myself and get myself stuck in the optics, in the data analysis part of it, just getting it done, putting it out. There's nothing it doesn't need to be as hard as I make it, and I'm trying to give myself a lot more grace about that. Like, life is supposed to be fun. You don't need to take every single thing you do so serious to the point where it literally paralyzes you in the moment to not doing anything, to not accomplishing anything. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely be posting another video soon, and I think I want it to be on boundaries, because I also feel like for me, I have a very unique experience with boundaries, or, you know, everyone has their own unique experience. So I do want to be able to share that experience with y'all, and then hopefully like we can just relate or share space with each other, and, you know, understand that there's like a lot of levels to the lifelong journey of healing and the lifelong journey of bettering yourself. And it does one day at a time. It doesn't all happen in one day. And I think the more we can be like comfortable with that idea, not even just comfortable, but like happy, truly like finding the benefit of that not everything we want happens right when we want it. I feel like that gives so much more space and room for even more than what we could have ever imagined. So yes, I do want to talk about, you know, healing and my journey more. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.